Do you want some ideas for a pearl bracelet? You can do it yourself? Look no more. Today's bracelet is a beautiful combination of pearls and rivolis beaded together using basic bead weaving techniques. For today's bracelet, we are going to use 4mm pearl. Here we have 8mm chatons Swarovskis, and they are also called SS39. Then we will need our usual Nymo thread, one needle, this is a one needle technique, a few split rings that we are going to use to make the clasp, then jump rings and lobster clasp, and sorry, I have forgotten to say that we also need 15O seed beads. This bracelet is my original design, but I have used basic technique that is described in one of Yasmin Sarfati's designs. So let's get beading. The bracelet is made out of components that are connected together. And here I have the first component, the one that carries the Rivoli / chaton. Then this is connected to the next one with a connector module. Then, depending on the length of your bracelet, you can decide to make it only out of components with chaton and connectors, or you can create a central area with chatons or rivolis, and then to complete the length with the connector components. And at the end, we have the usual clasp. We start with our first component, the one that carries the chaton, and for this we pick up one pearl, 1/15O 6 times. So we have a circle made out of 6 pearls with 15 O's in between. So 3, 4, 5, and 6. There we are. And we connect them in a circle. To make sure that our work is sturdy, we are going to go again through all the beads. And after we've been once again through all the beads, we finish this row with the threads coming out of one of the 15 O's. For the second row, we pick up 5 15 O's, 2, 3, 4, 5, skip the next purl, and we go through the next 15 O. And we repeat this 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And the same. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. We make sure that all the loops that we create will be on the same side of the pearl circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And here we have only one more loop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we finish this row by going through the first 15 O from the base, and then we move the thread through the next 3 seed beads from the first loop. Make sure that the thread is tight, and this is our work at the end of second row. For the third row and the last, we pick up 2 seed beads and we connect with the third seed bead from the next loop. Pick up 2 seed beads, connect with the third, 2 seed beads, connect with the third, again one more, pick up 2, go through the third from the next one, and here when we are at the last one, the last connection between the loops, pick up 2, go through the third, and then through the first 2 that we have added. At this point, before pulling the thread, we pick up our chaton with the face up, and now the thread should encase the chaton. At this point, after you make sure that the seeds are well kept together with the thread on the top row, I would advise that you go again through the bottom pearls and make sure that they are tightly kept together so this bezel doesn't open and doesn't lose the chaton. And for this we just go down through one of the row of 50 nodes and we go around again. Now we reinforce again. This point is very important and you can check if the beads, the pearls are holding it by pressing slightly, and if it's not going out, if it's not sliding, then you should be okay. Nice and tight. We make sure that our thread goes out of one of the pearls, and this is the end of our component. Now let's make the connector component. For this we create a circle of 4 pearls with 1 15-0 in between. So this is the first pearl of the connector, 15-0. Pick up another pearl, another 15-0, pearl, 15-0, pearl, and 15-0. So here we have 3 plus 1, 4. And this is our connector. And we reinforce by going back again through the same beads. And now, to prepare the work for the next component, we make sure that the thread comes out of the pearl opposite the one that is common with the chaton component. And here we have finished the connector. This connector can be used later if we need to create the strap, so we get the needed length for the bracelet. Now let's make together the second component with the chaton, and we are going to connect it to this pearl. So we have 1. For the first circle of 6 we need 5 more, 2, 3, 4 and 5. That will be separated with 1 15-0. So here we have the first one, 15-0, pearl 15-0, so here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and between this one and this one we need a 15-0, so we add the 15-0. We go back again and make sure this circle is tight, so the chaton doesn't escape when we have the component finished. After we have reinforced the base circle, we position the thread out of a 15-0, so we can start working on the second row of the component. For the second row, we create the loops in between the 15-0s, so pick up 5 15-0s, 2, 2, 4, 5, skip the pearl, go through the 15-0, and we repeat this along the circumference, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know that the 15-0s are really small beads, so take your time, be patient, don't worry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If it takes you slightly longer. Here at the last loop we go through the 15-0 and then we go up the loop through the first 2 beads and the thread comes out from the third. Now you have to put the work on the board and lift the beads, the loops, in on the same side with the chaton from the previous element, otherwise it might happen these loops to come up on the other side and to mislead you. So now we are sure that the component is in the right position. We pick up 2 seed beads, connect with a third from the next loop, and we go like this around the component. another 2 connect with the third, and here we are at the last connection between the loops. Go through the third, position through the next 2 seed beads, and now we start to gently pull. We position the chaton on top of the pearls, and now carefully we make sure that the circle is on top of it, so it holds it inside the actually bezel. This is a bezel. And now we go around, hold the chaton and go slowly around. Important is to make sure that the tension of the thread is high, is very tight. And fix it, rotate, very careful. This is a step where you really shouldn't rush. And it's normal, absolutely normal to take time. Because you are working with such small beads, it's very possible that you will need a size 12 needle. Okay, so slowly we can see that we have the bezel that we need. Okay, we check again the back, and we can see the Rivoli is secured in there. If you want, we can go down the loop, then down the 15-0 from the base circle, and we can go around again if we want to make sure that the thread is tight. And that the chaton is well secured from the base. Now we position the thread coming out of one of the pearls that will help you create a straight line for the bracelet, so it will be this one, like this. And we can continue with one connector and then with another chaton component, or we can continue with connector only for the entire length of the bracelet. Let's make together another connector so I can show you how to create the clasp. So for the connector we need 15-0 4mm pearl, 15-0 4mm pearl, so here we have 3 pearls, plus 1 4, and we need seed bead in between the pearls. And here we have our connector. We go around again to reinforce. And now we position the thread coming out from the last pearl that is opposite to the one where the chaton and the connectors connect. And now we prepare for our clasp, and we pick up 5 seed beads, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 2, 4, 5. We pick up one of the split rings, the rings that do not have that are not cut, and we go around the pearl from the other direction. And now we reinforce a few times. The seed beads will allow at least 3 or 4 passes of the thread. So here we have 1, 2. At this point, if you want, you see that here you can see a lot of thread, so you can pick up one seed bead and go through the component from the circle, and it will look like this. It will cover that area. We go with the thread around the component, and then we cover the thread from the other part, from the other side as well. So we come out from the seed bead from the component, pick up the seed bead, and then go up through the clasp circle. And this way we can go around the entire component once more if the beads allow us, just to make sure that everything is secure. Okay, in this point we can make a few knots. Against the thread. Like this. We move the thread from the knot area, and now we can cut the thread. So this is how our work will look at the clasp. And to attach the clasp, we use our pliers, pick up one of the split rings, opening, pick up our clasp. Can be a lobster clasp, can be a magnetic clasp, your choice. And now we close the split ring back. On the other side, you repeat the same way of creating the clasp, and you can attach another split ring. And at the end, the clasp looks like this. Okay. I hope you like this design. I really like the fact that I can create in the same time the chaton, the bezels, and to create the connectors and to flow into the full length of the bracelet. If you want to have more ideas for your Christmas gifts, and not only, please subscribe and let me know if your own work looks good, if you had any problems. Thank you for watching. See you with our next tutorial. Ciao, ciao.